Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast Retro Life for You, movies of the 1980s. Sitting in with me this week is Mr. KS himself from Front Row Wrestling Podcast. And I should, if you don't know already, am the legendary Chris Adams. Thank you. Thank you very
Legendary.
much. Thank you very much. Mr. KS, how are you doing?
I am fine, sir. How are you?
I am great. You want to put out there for these people your very fun podcast that you do and put out there?
Yes. I am one of the many people who have a podcast about the subject that, well, damn near everybody's doing now. Wrestling. It's called Front Row Wrestling Podcast. Follow the page on YouTube. You can follow us on. Follow the page on Facebook, and you can follow. Catch the podcast on YouTube. Um, we use StreamYard, so StreamYard is still having issues with YouTube. With Facebook, so we don't stream there no more. So we're primarily on YouTube. We also do a Twitch stream sometimes, and my other co-host, Mr. Huck, there he's got the TikTok. So just put in Front Row Wrestling Podcast, and it should get you right to the YouTube, and you can go from there. So yeah, we talk wrestling. We do news. We do reviews. We make sense of the nonsensical.
He also hates on AEW the whole time, too. I had to put that out there.
Well, did they make it easy for you to do so?
They do. But anyway, he Twitch is where it's going to be at for you, I think, ultimately, when it comes down to it. I think Twitch and TikTok's going to be the two places when you live stream. I think you're going to catch the most there.
Yeah, we got a few. We got a little bit of a following on Twitch. But you're right. The masses are on TikTok. So if you just catch us on TikTok, or like I said, just go to YouTube and you can get directed to wherever you need to go. So
I would like to find a night where I could do live shows just one night a week for like a few minutes, just like for something extra. But it's so late when I get home from work in the evenings. I mean, I don't think anybody who would watch it's actually on.
I know where you work. You could put in for time off, and they'll graciously give it to you.
Yeah, but not every single week. You know that I would want to do. I want to be consistent with what I do, right? So
you gotta snuggle up to the right team lead there.
Yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Trust me, they don't like me like that.
They don't.
They see me coming, they're like, that's Chris again. What's he mad about now?
They don't like me like that because, well, I made everybody work when I was there. So,
well, I got a problem with the work. I got a problem with the others around me not doing the work sometimes.
So like I said, where you work at, you got those people that's been there for so long, they feel like they don't have to work. Like it's good enough for them just to show up. Them 15 or 20-year folk, they don't want anything.
Yeah, they're like, I'm putting my 8 in, and I'm gonna do a little work between there. Look, I deserve my 30-minute, 15-minute breaks. Okay, I've been there for 6 years now. That's what they tell you. I've been here 6 years. I deserve my 30-minute, 15-minute break.
I took a 2-hour lunch. What do you mean I can't use my PPTO? What are you talking about?
Yeah, use your PPTO for anything.
They tell you not to. They will snatch it. I've seen them do it. I've sat in an office and literally watched a manager do that. Oh, he put his PPTO. Nope, he can't use that. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. I believe the upper management and I would be having a conversation with him.
Well, I don't work there anymore, so
Well, why are we bad mouthing the people in blue anyway? You know what I mean? They don't do nothing to us, do they? They ain't done nothing to us lately.
They're making you check your own bags, bro. Yeah. Can I just say one thing? I don't mean to use your show as a soapbox, but
yes,
people who complain about self-checkout are just weird to me.
It's there for your convenience. You don't have to use it.
It's so weird. Like
there's registers open.
Y'all don't pay me to bag my own groceries. Shut up. Just get your stuff and get out. I also don't pay to sit here and listen to you complain.
I think the arguments are funny to listen to sometimes, but I've told people before when they were complaining to me. I just looked at them and I said, well, I use it constantly. I work here. I do get paid to do it. But on the bright side, I said, it's just there for convenience. You don't have to use it. We have registers that are open on the further end down there you can go to, and they'll check you out gladly.
They are holding a mirror up to the customer. And when I say that, I mean, they always complain about how slow the cashier is or how slow, the line is moving. Okay, well, now you ain't got nobody but yourself to complain to because you're in control of how fast the line moves.
Yeah.
So there you go. Get your stuff and get out. Stop talking to the person. Stop looking around for somebody to think you stealing. Stop stealing.
Stop stealing. Stop
Get out.
taking the tags off me. Stop taking the tags off cheaper things in the meat department and putting them on the ribeyes and going up there and trying to buy on people. Okay, I have to fix this. Okay, have some mercy on me.
And now you know why they went to self checkout because they couldn't afford to pay cashiers because people keep stealing.
Oh my god. Oh, do we have a podcast we're doing today? I'm not sure.
Yes, we're talking about this world famous Christmas movie that's really not a Christmas movie.
So we're talking Die Hard today. Can you believe we've done all the episodes that we've done and never even touched on Die Hard yet?
You know what? And I want to first of all I want to apologize to your loyal listeners who want to hear nice things about Die Hard. And Die Hard is not a bad movie, but you know, I went back and rewatched it because it came out when I was 10, and I don't watch Die Hard every time it comes on. And I just don't.
Yeah.
So I went back and rewatched it, knowing I was going to be on the show with you, and it's a good movie. And I guess I'm looking at it. I'll put it to you this way: if Die Hard had came out today,
yeah,
people wouldn't probably be talking about it like they are. Like I don't think it'd be held in such high regard like it is now.
I don't know. That's one of the movies that we're talking about recasting one day with current people, see how well it would go.
Oh, that's always fun to recast a movie, though.
Let's do that one of these days. You should come back and do that with us. That'd be fun.
That will be fun.
So what we're going to do before we get into casting and everything and the money it made, Ray and I are going to give you the argument here, the discussion of why it is or is not a Christmas movie. Now, just so you know, I don't care either way which one it is. I just like the movie Die Hard for what it is. Now, I'm not sure where KS there falls with it, but he is going to represent it's not a Christmas movie.
I don't care if people. I don't really care if it's what people think about it either. I did enjoy the movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But my thing is people trying to die on the hill that it's like you literally have nothing to stand on when you say that.
All right, so give us your reasoning as to why it is not a Christmas movie.
I'll give you a few reasons as to why it is not a Christmas movie. It has nothing to do with Christmas. It's not Christmas themed. It didn't come out at Christmas time. There's literally only one thing about the movie that has anything to do with Christmas, and that's one long, continuous Christmas party.
Christmas party.
That's it.
Yes.
There was no gift giving. There was no. Did I see a Santa Claus? Oh well, I didn't see it. I seen somebody dressed with the Santa Claus hat, but nobody was actually portraying Santa Claus. Like they didn't have the whole get up on. I don't remember. Yeah. There was nothing about Christmas. There was no Christmas talk. It was nothing about Christmas. How people think because this was set around, well, not even around, but there was a Christmas party going on that makes this a Christmas movie. You gotta do a lot of convincing to get me there.
Come to the coast, they said. Have a few laughs, have a few drinks. Great time.
Yeah,
they didn't say come to the coast, we'll open some presents, we'll drink some eggnog.
There was not even a glass of eggnog. Here's a prerequisite for a Christmas movie. It must have eggnog. If there's no eggnog, it's not Christmas.
Was there eggnog in Prancer?
I don't know. I didn't see Prancer.
There's no eggnog in Prancer.
Well, it's not a Christmas movie.
Prancer is a Christmas movie. It's about a reindeer named Prancer, for crying out loud.
But that doesn't make it a Christmas movie, though.
It's taken at wintertime, at Christmas.
Still does not make it a Christmas movie. Is it
Prancer?
About? Is it about
a Christmas movie?
Is it about Christmas?
Yes, it's about the spirit of Christmas.
Then you just told me it was about a reindeer named Prancer.
Well, Prancer is a reindeer that the girl names Prancer. She thinks it's actually the reindeer Prancer that belongs to Santa Claus. Okay, that's her. She believes it is. And I'm not going to go into we're not doing Prancer, we're doing Die Hard. But the
It's
whole thing is that when you go back and read and you watch it or you read about it, it's like the spirit of Christmas is what it's based upon. And yes, at the end of the movie, the reindeer disappears, and it looks like Santa's sleigh is going across the sky, and it connects with it and
I will,
goes in the
I will
distance.
try to go back and watch that movie, and then I will return to tell you why that movie is not about Christmas, but it's about a delusional kid or delusional girl who thinks she found Santa's reindeer.
Oh, I see what it is here. We got you just shaved off all the green hair. That's what it is.
I
You're the
am
Grinch.
I am not the Grinch.
You're a mean one,
I love Christmas.
Mr. Grinch.
Christmas is one of my favorite times of year. I'm not the Grinch.
All
But if
right.
you're gonna make a Christmas movie, it's gotta be about Christmas, not
There's no eggnog and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
probably not a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas cartoon.
It's a cartoon that woke that
It's a
doesn't count.
cartoon movie. It's a cartoon movie.
No, we are
No?
not. You can go back to Die Hard. I just ruined everybody's. I'm just going to ruin everybody's Christmas spirit.
So keep going with your Die Hard reason. You have any more reasons behind why it's not a movie? Christmas movie, I mean?
It's not a Christmas movie because it's an action movie.
Okay.
So action movies aren't Christmas movies.
Okay.
I'm done. I rest my case.
Oh, so okay, so that's it for you. These are all the reasons you've presented are
What
why
else,
it's not a Christmas movie.
what else do you need?
Okay, so
can you
no,
counter?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Are these your reasonings and everything is done?
Yes.
Okay, I will now give you the reasons why a lot of people out there believe it is a Christmas movie. And what we would like to do is all of you who are listening to it, write this down, okay? Retro Life, the number 4, YOU at gmail.com. I want you to email the show and tell us yes or no. Is it a Christmas movie based on what we have given you? Because, like I said, it doesn't matter to me if it's a Christmas movie or not. And he obviously doesn't care either. He's Grinch, so I mean, he's just putting him out there. He's just trying to ruin everybody's Christmas for him.
Yes, that's me. I'm not a Grinch, but I like people I like just ruining their arguments. Though it's great.
So I'm looking at some reasonings here that people have put out. Why? Okay.
That's it.
Let's see. Where should I start? The writer says it is. In 2020, Stephen E. Souza, Souza, co-writer of Die Hard, made a compelling case that not only is Die Hard a Christmas movie, it's more of a Christmas movie than seasonal classic White Christmas.
Wow.
I don't know if I believe that or not now. Come on now.
He's delusional too.
It snows at the end of it, sort of. It says at the aforementioned Let It Snow plays over the end credits, snow is falling. Well, not actual snow. This is LA, but falling papers from the building that McClane has just spent the past 2 hours destroying. You get the feel of snow falling when it's not really snow. And that song, Let It Snow, is now. But the song, the music, the Christmas song, Let It Snow, is playing at that point. A Christmas present leads to the villain's demise. It's a Rolex. Says yesterday thought they seen the last of the Grinch. Sorry, it's Hans Gruber. He has one last stab at ruining Christmas for the Gennaro McClanes, but it's all saved thanks to Holly's present of a Rolex watch. They had given her a Rolex watch for being there for so long. Well, Hans just takes it and puts it on, I guess, and he's claiming the watch. That was a Christmas present for Mr. Takagi to her, the owner of the building. Christmas wrapping tape is a crucial prop at one point because McClane tapes the gun to his back with the Christmas wrapping tape. Why else would you have Christmas wrapping tape out if it's not Christmas time to wrap presents with? Number 7. Number 7. We're counting backwards, okay? 7. The villain is the Grinch. Another classic American Christmas tale is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. About the Grinch stealing all the presents of the town. Here we have Hans Gruber, who wants to steal all the presents from the Nakatomi Corporation. That's weak.
Wow.
That's a weak reason. I'm sorry. That's a weak reason.
Yeah, write a movie? Good gosh.
Oh, that's a weak reason. All right, number 6. Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. McClane taunts the gang by staging the Christmas gag with the body of a terrorist he just killed. A key moment of the film that could only occur at Christmas, obviously. Why would he say ho, ho, ho otherwise?
What? That don't even make sense.
I mean, if this is going on in the middle of July in California, why would he tell the person, or why would he write on the terrorist, I've got his machine gun, ho, ho, ho. That's why they're saying it's Christmas, because it's Christmas time. And that's why he's saying, ho, ho, ho. So 4. I'm sorry, 5. Now, here you go. This will get you right here. 5. It has a Christmassy family story.
What?
A dad struggling to be reunited with his. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get my radio voice here.
God.
A dad struggling to be reunited with his family on Christmas Eve, as Christmassy as it gets. I mean, it's, and then the kids are on TV. They want mommy and daddy to just come home. It's Christmas. You see Christmas decorations at the house. And Christmas is obviously going on. There's decorations up. 4, it's full of Christmas music. They got Let It Snow, Christmas in Hollis, Jingle Bells, Ode to Joy is playing at one point. Why would you play Christmas music any other time of the year if it ain't Christmas? Or you're Walmart and it's October. I mean, why else would you do it? Oh my. 3, it's set at an office Christmas party, which you did mention. Christmas setting, you could argue the film is actually about how an office Christmas party is ruined by a bunch of crashers and given to the story unfolds in the same office. Perhaps the whole movie is set in the office Christmas party gone very wrong. And in 2, John McClane's wife's name is Holly, people. Holly. Christmas holly, boughs of holly. It's Christmas. What better reason do you need for that to say it's a Christmas movie? And the number one reason why they say it's a Christmas movie, are you ready for this?
Please.
It takes place on Christmas Eve. Now, it does say here, just because a movie is set at Christmas Eve means it's a Christmas film. A few would argue that Rocky IV, LA Confidential, or in Bruges, not sure what that movie is, would be set as Christmas movies because they have Christmas themes at one point too. But I will tell you, Rocky IV is not a Christmas movie.
It's not.
It's not a Christmas movie. So if you're trying to tell me that it's a Christmas movie just because it takes place on Christmas Eve, I can't give you that. That's just a time frame when it takes place. So I'm not gonna agree with that one. But I will say these are the reasons presented to us to why it is a Christmas movie. And Mr. KS there has given us reasons as to why it is not a Christmas movie. So make sure you email in here to us. Like I said, Retro Life for You. That's Retro Life, the number 4, YOU at gmail.com. And tell us yes or no that it's a Christmas movie or not.
Can I say something in response to what that list you just laid out there?
Yes.
Not one time did you say anything on that list that sounded like this movie is about Christmas.
Oh no, the movie's not about Christmas.
So it's not a Christmas movie.
That's it. Apples and oranges, I guess. I mean, no, is it?
If somebody explain, if you went to somebody and tell them to say, explain to me, if somebody who never seen Die Hard, and you want to tell them what it's about, do you say it's about Christmas?
No, I don't describe it as a Christmas movie when people ask me.
So do you say it's about a guy who went to go see his family and the building his wife was in just happened to be taken over by terrorists?
But now, while you ask me these questions, you have to remember I also said I didn't carry the way whether it's a Christmas movie or not.
Just for the general,
but for giggles, I get it, for giggles
for the audience. I mean,
yeah, for audience giggles here.
People who are gonna watch this and think this is a Christmas movie. Do you describe
there are people who watch Lethal Weapon and think it's a Christmas movie.
It's not,
because it takes place around Christmas time. And you see where, like at the end of it, Gary Busey runs his truck into the window, destroys the window and everything. He goes and takes the note off the Christmas tree where they address it to the bad guys, ha ha ha, or something. We're not here. I forget how it said it and everything, and then there's the Christmas music and then all that stuff in it as well. But I don't think it's a Christmas movie either. I don't believe it. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
It has the word Christmas in it.
It does.
But you know what? I don't think that's about Christmas. It's about Christmas Vacation.
But it's about the vacation, and it's about bringing the family in for the holidays. There's no real vacation going on.
There's no real
he's bringing everybody in.
There's no real Christmas going on in that movie.
But in the movie for Christmas Vacation, I mean, he's decorating the house with all the lights, right? There's snow everywhere. It's
It's,
Christmas
I,
time. There's a Christmas bonus he's waiting for.
I would say it's got more to do with Christmas than Die Hard does.
So give me one last thing I'm going to ask you, and then we're going to move on to the cast. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
tell me your 100% for sure go-to movie that is a Christmas movie.
Sure, go-to movie.
That is definitely, with no argument, a Christmas movie.
Christmas Story.
There you go. 100%. Definitely a Christmas movie.
It takes place at Christmas. It's about Christmas. It's about his Christmas gift. It's basically surrounded by a Christmas gift. That's what this.
There's a Santa Claus in the mall he goes to see.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. You only see it at Christmas time.
There's a BB gun. Shoot his eye out, but there's a BB gun there.
Die Hard is on anytime, any random time you cut on TBS. You only see Christmas Story at Christmas.
And then you see it for like 24 hours straight.
24 hours straight, yeah.
All right, well, this has been fun. So we've had this is our reasons for and against. Let us know what you think about it, what you say it is. All right, moving on to the cast. Moving on. So we have Bruce Willis, the main star. Yippee-ki-yay. He is the one that when you think of Die Hard, that's the one you think of. Him crawling through the vent with a little lighter in his hand. Come to the coast, have a few laughs, have a few drinks, they said.
I didn't realize it at the time, but wasn't he barefoot?
Yes, he lost his shoes at one point. And they started shooting the glass on the places, and he got his feet all cut up and everything too. It was just.
It's like, and my wife pointed this out when she was watching something else. She's like, you know what? Every time I watch, it's certain movies she just like. She watches Trading Places, which to her is a Christmas movie.
I think it's a Christmas movie. I think Trading Places is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. But she said she watches it all the time. And every time she watches it, she finds something new in the movie. Now, again, she's seen this movie probably 100 and so times, but every time she watches it, she finds something new. And that's how I felt when I watched Die Hard. I've seen Die Hard probably 10, 20 times. Yeah. But every time I've seen it, I see something new. And that's what I just realized. Watching this, I paid no attention to. I mean, I knew he was barefoot. It didn't dawn on me. Like, it didn't sit with me that he was barefoot through most of that movie. So,
yeah, most of the movie is barefoot. What's the first thing you remember seeing Bruce Willis in?
Moonlighting.
Yeah, I didn't want to give it away. I didn't want to say. I was going to say TV show or movie, but Moonlighting is the first thing everybody thinks of with him. And
the only reason I remember Bruce Willis in Moonlighting is because I had a crush on someone.
But you know what's funny though? Moonlighting. Let's see, that went from 85 to 89. Mm-hmm. And let's see here. Yeah, 85 to 89 it says.
It don't feel like
66 episodes. He did an episode of Miami Vice right before that. And then during the time that he was on that show, he did the movie Blind Date in 87, Sunset in 88, and Die Hard in 88.
So his first major movie was Die Hard.
First major movie was Die Hard for sure. And then you get out of Die Hard and your Moonlighting's over with. He's the voice of the baby in Look Who's Talking in 89. And
comedy movies.
Yeah, 80s is where we usually cut us off, but this is Bruce Willis we're talking about here. So he got bigger as he went in a lot of things. You got Look Who's Talking 2. You got Mortal Thoughts. You got Hudson Hawk.
Remember Hudson Hawk?
Billy Bathgate, The Last Boy Scout. Death Becomes Her. Last Boy Scout was kind of fun. That was
for some reason
that's like John McClane, but as a different cop running around with a football player.
You know what I remember that movie for?
Where?
When they were playing football in the rain and the guy just pulls out a gun while he's running the ball.
Yeah.
Starts shoving. Like, yo, that's.
Yeah.
I don't know why that stuck with me.
It was a big thing.
you don't see that type of stuff. Like, well, back then you didn't anyway. That was like,
right. And then he goes to be he was in Loaded Weapon 1. He's uncredited though, so it's just like a cameo. Striking Distance, great movie. He was in that. Color of Night, Pulp Fiction, The Muppets. She Draw. Well, that's a video. Die Hard with a Vengeance, Nobody's Fool, Four Rooms, 12 Monkeys, Last Man Standing, Beavis and Butthead Do America. He's a voice of somebody in there. The Fifth Element, The Jackal.
Jackal.
These are all 90s movies, by the way. After Look Who's Talking, everything I listed is he's huge in the 90s.
He didn't take a
Mercury Rising, The Fifth Element, Armageddon, The Siege.
Clearly, some of these movies didn't really hit.
I mean, a lot of these movies. We know Armageddon was huge, right?
That was huge. Fifth Element.
Fifth Element was kind of a big deal for him. That, of course, in 98, that was his voice in a video game. Okay. The Siege was pretty big for him. Not huge, but kind of big. The Sixth Sense was in 99. That was big for him. The Whole Nine Yards was 2000. So I'll stop there and go back down. Mercury Rising was just like a hit, but not super popular. Same with The Jackal.
Yeah, I've never. This is the first time I've ever heard of Jackal.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's he's had quite a bit. I mean, he was busy in the 90s.
Oh, between him, Stallone, and Schwarzenegger.
I mean, they were the 90s.
They put out enough movies with just them three alone.
Yeah, that's about right. Now we're gonna move on here to the one that you don't know. Surprisingly, I thought you would know who this guy was as well. But Hans Gruber was played by Alan Rickman, and Alan Rickman has had his fair share of stuff out there.
I've seen him.
Did you see Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
No.
Okay. Did you see Sweeney Todd?
No.
I didn't either. Galaxy Quest?
No.
I didn't either. But I mean, he was in those, and those were fairly big for their time when they came out. Sweeney Todd is a Johnny Depp movie, though. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is a Kevin Costner. Alan Rickman in that movie played Sheriff of Nottingham. That was his role.
But like I said before we went live, he's got one of those faces, but just not like you've seen his face. You know you've seen his face before, but you don't remember because whatever he was in, probably even didn't see it or it wasn't memorable for you.
If you were to ask anybody what they know Alan Rickman from, they're going to tell you two things right off the top of their head. They're going to tell you Die Hard because of Hans Gruber, and they are going to tell you Harry Potter because he's Professor Snape through all the movies until his character is not needed anymore. He was also in Quigley Down Under with Tom Selleck. That was a big movie. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, big movie. Sense and Sensibility, not such a big movie for me, but other people, yes.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it. So.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I never watched it. He was in Dogma. That's one of those, the movies I always had Ben Affleck and Silent Bob and Jay and all these different people. I think Chris Rock was in this one too.
I think I might have been forced to watch that.
I've never seen it, so been too much about it. But once Harry Potter kicked in, he didn't do a whole lot else of other things. He was in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as a voice.
As big as Harry Potter was, he didn't have to.
No, he didn't. That man was set for life there, but he still acted. Sweeney Todd came out in 2007, so he was still busy with that. He did Alice in Wonderland. He was the voice of the Blue Caterpillar. That's another Johnny Depp thing he participated in. So I mean, he's had his fair share of stuff, man, for sure. But you don't know him. He died at age 69, January 14th, 2016 is when he passed away. So, but thankfully he did finish the Harry Potter series. Everybody needed some Professor Snape.
Don't Hate Me. Never seen Harry Potter. Never seen Lord of the Rings. Never seen.
I can't hate you for the Harry Potter thing, but I'm gonna sit you down one day and I'm gonna show you Lord of the Rings. Me and Travis both, man.
Look, look.
We gotta
Okay,
tie you down to a chair and make you
right.
watch.
As long as you give me a nice pillow for me to lay my head on, because
No, no,
I'm
no,
going.
no, no. We ain't making you comfortable so you can fall asleep. No,
I'm going. I'm going. It ain't whether. Well, look, whether I'm comfortable or not, I'm going to sleep. Harry Potter's gonna put me to sleep. Bro. I'm trying to tell you.
gosh. Bonnie Bedelia. She played Holly Gennaro, which is also McClane. Holly Gennaro McClane. Best known for Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Presumed Innocent, and Heart Like a Wheel, it says. That's what she's really most known for. But she's had her fair share of other things, TV series, TV movies. Um, she wasn't exactly I don't, in my opinion, she wasn't a big time actress during that time frame. She wasn't the most sought after of people. She's not like they were saying, "Hey, do you think she could do Pretty Woman? No, let's get Julia Roberts for that." Yeah, Julia Roberts would be better. I don't think
She's
Bonnie Bedelia's name was put in there anywhere.
not a bad looking woman though.
She's
Just
not a
what
bad looking woman, but she's not.
she doesn't have that. She's got that co-starring face, not that.
Let's. I sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's not A list. You got A list people, which would be like, like we said, we got Bruce Willis, you got Schwarzenegger, you got Stallone, you got Mel Gibson, Julia Roberts. Uh, who were some of the other women from that time? Drawing a blank on them. I can see their face. I can see their faces. Can't say their names. Well, When Harry Met Sally. Who's the girl from When Harry Met Sally?
Oh, Sally Field.
No,
That's not her.
no, Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan. And Sally Field had some big movies during that time. Still, I mean, even though it wasn't really her prime or anything, she had some good movies during that time. But yeah, she did a lot of other like TV shows. She was like Father Like Son, uncredited in that movie. The Boy Who Could Fly, Death of an Angel, um, Salem's Lot TV miniseries. It's nothing really stands out to me when it comes to her. But she was great in Die Hard and Die Hard 2, though. She played a good role for that character. Now this is the other person that you knew. He only knew two people from this movie. That's all
Three.
he really.
We can say three. We can say
Well,
three.
we can say three. Okay, we can say three. But we at first it was two mostly. That he gave in on three. But Reginald Vell Johnson. This is Sergeant Al Powell, the man who loves to tell you what Twinkies are made out of. Everything a growing boy needs in them. And the thing that you may recognize him from mostly was Family Matters, right? Name of it?
Uncle Carl.
Uncle Carl.
Yeah.
Now, did Uncle Carl make that show, or was it somebody else?
Well, Urkel made the show.
Can I do that?
But, you know, and
Laura,
I'll
do you have any cheese?
in my world, we had a list of fathers, and it was the father from Good Times.
I said if you don't include him, there's something wrong.
Father from Good Times, the father from Family Matters, the father from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And there was a fourth father, but I can't exactly remember which one it was. But
was it Cliff Combustible Huxtable?
yes. That's what I don't even know why I blanked on Bill Cosby. But yeah, those are the four fathers that we had to look up to. And my father and stepfather was kind of a cross between James Evans and and Uncle Carl. Neither one of them were cops, but
Yeah.
they like to yell at you and tell you what you were doing wrong all the time. So
All right.
kind of
I don't think Reginald Vell Johnson was much for movies.
No, he was more of a sitcom actor. He was in. I remember him doing some commercials in his later years. So
Yeah, but he was in a few things. Die Hard 2. He was in Ghostbusters as a jail guard.
okay.
And of course, there's Family Matters.
Well, that's the thing. When the residual checks from TV shows, you ain't gotta do a whole lot of acting. Keep getting them residual checks.
I wonder how much they get on residual checks when their shows are in syndication. They repeat a lot. I wonder how much.
I don't know, but Family Matters has been on. I don't think it's ever been off.
Well, it's like we do a handful right now off the top of our heads. Friends, Family Matters, Seinfeld. To this day, they still show Three's Company on television somewhere.
I Love Lucy. They're still showing.
Yeah, and you're talking about older. You're talking I Love Lucy from the 50s and 60s, right? Three's Company's from the 70s and the early 80s, and the people still alive are catching residuals off of that. I mean, I just wonder how much they make in residuals from these TV shows. Really,
why these grandchildren are getting paid?
Oh, someone's still getting their money.
I just learned this listening to a podcast, a wrestling podcast, but it should have dawned on me. I don't know why I didn't. It's one of those things you probably should have known, and you probably did know. You just didn't realize you knew it. So, like, you're talking about how much they're getting paid and all that residuals, and plus, once you do that, as long as your show is in syndication, you're part of the Screen Actors Guild.
Yes,
so you get free medical, you get free health, you get all that. So you sitting there collecting a check, you're getting a residual check, you're getting free Medicare. And people are probably paying you to use your likeness or to use you in a commercial, or
So just to put this out there, I myself, and I could probably talk Mr. KS into it. We will offer our voices out there for any voiceover needs you want to get us in this Actors Guild thing for free insurance.
I will be more than happy to do voiceover work. I have a face for film and radio, so
that's what I say. I tell people I got a face for radio, but I'll talk all day long for you.
Shoot,
of course, here I am putting myself on YouTube for the world to look at, right? So,
hey,
but look, don't worry though. Don't worry. I'm looking at the camera right now, right? Don't worry. You can say my name 3 times and nothing like Beetlejuice happens. I promise. It's not going to just make some bug out looking face or something.
Dear God, we hope that.
So we're all good there. I'll keep my eyes diverted away from the camera. When Travis comes back on, he'll be sure to have a shirt on from now on again. Everything will be good.
Is he doing a shirt? Is he doing a show shirtless?
Oh,
oh gosh.
I'll tell you the story after the show because I don't want her killing me no more than she has to already. This friend of the show. But Travis, so we were doing Steel Magnolias, and Travis didn't have a shirt on, and I uploaded the video. He's like, if I'd known you were uploading the videos for sure, now I would have had put a shirt on for it. I said, well,
Dear
now
God.
you know. But yes, Reginald Vell Johnson, our favorite thing, definitely Family Matters of his, I think. Mm-hmm. Paul Gleason. I'm gonna bring up Paul Gleason's name real quick. The only other thing, 2 things I know him from that I remember that are of any importance was that he was in Breakfast Club and he was in Trading Places. This is the guy that plays Dwayne T. Robinson. He's the one that Bruce Willis tells to go service himself. Basically, I guess is a nice way of saying it.
I like the way Reginald Johnson, when he the cop, how he handled it, because he was like, yeah, I know, he's a former cop, so he sounds like a cop. So let me and him finish doing what we're doing. What you doing, bringing in what they brought in the FBI and all these people.
Yeah.
It's like y'all killing these people.
Yeah. Brought the FBI and everything. The 2 guys with the same last name, no relation.
You know what? I thought that was another part of the movie I missed, and I didn't catch. I thought they were like in on it the way he said it, and I was waiting for them to find out them 2 FBI people were like in on it somehow. But
that's a twist you kind of expect sometimes, isn't it?
The way he said it, no relation. I was like, wait a minute.
Same last name.
Same last name. Wait a minute.
Oh my God. He was in Trading Places. He was the guy that they hired at the end to do something dirty for him for the stock trading and everything about the orange juice, I think it was, or oranges. They end up getting a hold of him, putting him in the gorilla outfit and taping his mouth shut and putting him in a cage with the real gorilla.
Yeah, send him on a boat to where? Was he sending him back to Africa or somewhere?
Something like that. Something like that. And then in Breakfast Club, he was a teacher who had to sit with the kids, who was there for them for the day of in-school suspension or whatever you want to call it. They had on Saturday. So, did we say there was another one we were going to bring up? I don't think we did we? There was
I knew Argyle. I know he just
Devereaux White. Tell us about Devereaux White.
So I know him. He was in a couple TV shows as a supporting cast, not really a main character, like the friend type guy. But the one show I do remember him having a bit of a starring role in was head of the class when when the first class graduated, he was part of the new class. So,
yeah.
That's the only other thing. I mean, like I said, I've seen him in a couple TV shows as like a supporting cast, like the friend character or whatever. But nothing.
Yeah.
But that was
that's nothing huge or anything.
Yeah.
Just kind of. The only other two names I'm going to bring up, one is Clarence Gilliard Jr. He has passed away also here recently. He was played the role of Theo in the movie. He was the guy helping to hack the where the bonds were being kept to get past the security for that. And he's also pretty well known as the sidekick and partner to Walker, Texas Ranger. He was Ranger Trebet.
You had to point that out to me. I didn't even dawn on me that was him. But
yeah, that is him.
I've seen a few episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Matter of fact, he was also in Matlock at one point, I believe.
He might have been.
Yeah.
Again, he's like, you know, like the guy Argyle. He's one of those actors that, you know, he can fit a lot of. He's got one of those faces that he can play the friend. He can play the sidekick. He can play the, you know, the computer geek as in that art. But so, you know, he's been in a lot of stuff. And another one of those guys who's, you say he's passed away, but he was probably getting a nice residual check from the many roles he's been in. So
yeah. Now there is one more character I want to bring up.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can remember who I'm talking about by face, okay? But his name is Al Leong. Do you know who the name Al Leong is?
The name is not ringing a bell.
All right, so and there might be everybody else will be thinking the same exact thing too. So let's see here. Now, the people listening in audio, of course, cannot see this, but if you're looking at this on YouTube right now in the video, I got a screen up here sharing the screen where we're looking at.
Oh.
He's been in every action movie I can think of, and he's always a bad guy, never a good guy.
He's that little gnat that always want to fight.
Yes, he's in Lethal Weapon. He's the guy that's doing the torture to Riggs with the electricity and the water.
Was he in Golden Child?
Yes, I think so. He's been in Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China, yeah.
He in a ton of stuff.
And he doesn't know. There's not a lot of speaking in his role.
No, not a lot of speaking.
He
does speak very good English, though.
He might get like,
if you're looking at him and wondering, that's why. That's not the reason why.
He might get 3 words a movie. That's about
he doesn't get very many words at all. But anyway, that's him right there. So
I never knew his name.
Yep.
He was in a couple of Van Damme movies too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's been in a lot. I mean, if it's action movies, he's been in it. Okay. I swear, he's always an. I don't want to call him an extra, but he's kind of like an extra, basically.
He's got a lot of work. He's got a lot of work.
I mean, all right. If you want to, I mean, he's even been in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I think he was Genghis Khan.
You know what he was?
He was Genghis Khan.
He what?
Yeah.
God, dude, how old is he?
How old is he? Well, let's see. He was born in 52. September 30th of 52 is when he was born. So
he was like 30 when he was doing a lot of movies I've seen him in.
Well, he was in 82. He was 30. So let's to give you kind of a rundown.
He was like in the mid 30s to early, almost 40 when
in the 30s and 40s, and his appearance didn't change a whole lot over the years.
No, it's so much. I thought he was older. But he was older.
So check this out. All right, well, I'm gonna go back to in the 80s for him. Okay, just to give you an idea of how many times he's been in stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna hit the TV series, although he was in Knight Rider and Magnum PI for some episodes. But let's see here. All the big TV shows, man. He was in them. Running Scared, uncredited as a henchman. Big Trouble in Little China. He's one of the Wing Kong hatchet men. He was in the A-Team, Simon & Simon. All right, Lethal Weapon. Steel Justice with Martin Cove. He was a photographer and she's having a baby. A Kevin Bacon movie. And, just a photographer. He was just that.
That's a crazy choice for him. He'd get a job. He'd do anything.
He did. Die Hard, They Live, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Cage, Black Rain, Dark Angel.
With Roddy Piper, They Live?
Yeah, They Live, yeah. Absolutely. Aftershock. He was a fighter, uncredited. He was in Death Warrant. You asked about a Van Damme movie. Death Warrant. He was in The Perfect Weapon. Showdown in Little Tokyo. The Raven TV series. He was one of the Black Dragon Ninjas. Rapid Fire.
Any movie that had like a lot of martial arts in it, he was in it.
He was definitely in that. I mean, Rapid Fire was Brandon Lee. He was in that.
Oh yeah.
The Renegade TV series, he had some times in there. Hot Shots Part 2, The Last Action Hero, Martial Outlaw, a B movie that I used to watch quite a bit with Jeff Wincott in it. Kung Fu, The Legend Continues, Beverly Hills Cop 3, The Shadows, Double Dragon, Deadly Target, The Replacement Killers, Godzilla, Lethal Weapon 4.
Mm.
He was a ninja warrior in that 70s show.
Wow.
One episode. I don't know what that episode was about.
I kind of feel like
Scorpion King. He was in Scorpion King.
He was being typecasted a little bit.
Anything that's action that requires some fighting is a lot of that typecasting going on for him. But he, like I said, even a photographer, and she's having a baby. He was in that.
They keep putting him as a dragon or some dragon fighter or something.
Yeah. He is one of those. He is like, if you want to compare him to anybody, think about Gene Hackman or, what is his name? Shawshank Redemption. Morgan Freeman. Think of Morgan Freeman or think of Gene Hackman when, in a sense, that he's in every movie possible that he can be in, including TV shows that he wanted to be in as well as a thug or a henchman.
Can we put him on a list as one of the hardest working men in show business?
Absolutely. I would love to have him on the podcast one day.
Yeah.
I would love that.
What is about 60, 70 now?
I don't care. I'll talk to him.
Yeah, I just want to know how he got all these roles, bro. Like, did they just call you? You clearly at some point you don't have to audition no more.
Well, he didn't have to audition for certain roles because he was already established as a henchman or a thug. Yeah, anytime they need a bit player for that, or just a fill in, a person in the background, someone to be a part of the gang or something, hey, call Al. He'll come do it.
We need a good evil looking guy who can kick a little bit of ass and then set off a detonator. He's going to die. He's going to die or get caught or arrested. But we just need to.
There you go.
Call him.
All right, well, that takes care of the cast we're talking about, and I know we take up a lot of the show with that, but we had fun with the story too of whether it's Christmas or not. So I want to touch on a few other things here real quick. Just for the people who don't know this already, if you've been under a rock or in a cave and you never watched Die Hard, because some people have not seen movies, myself included. This past week, last week before this show came on, we did Lost Boys. I'd never seen Lost Boys till then.
Still haven't seen it.
So it was pretty good. You should watch it. You'll like it. But people who have not seen certain movies. So NYPD cop John McClane goes on Christmas vacation.
Still not
to visit his wife Holly in Los Angeles, where she works for the Nakatomi Corporation. While they were at the Nakatomi headquarters for a Christmas party, a group of robbers led by Hans Gruber take control of the building and hold everyone hostage, with the exception of John, because he was not in the party area. He was upstairs getting ready and everything, getting refreshed and all. While they planned to perform a lucrative heist, unable to escape with no immediate police response, John's forced to take matters in his own hands.
That little Southern is coming out of you.
Yeah. He, trust me, there's no maters in there. I didn't see a single one tossed at anybody. But he did take matters into his own hand, though, I tell you. Well, I won't live that one down for a while, just so y'all know. Y'all don't know this guy like I do. I won't live this one down for a while.
We would definitely have to clip that one.
I'm going to hear this one for a good while, trust me.
Oh, my God.
I might clip it, but you ain't getting a hold of it, though.
I know how to work YouTube.
That you do. All right, so I'm gonna take a quick look down here. I always like looking in the trivia section. Any fun facts or anything that might be want to be known about it and all. And what can we find here? Let's see.
Just out of that review of the movie that you just read there, you said it's on Christmas vacation. It could have been a summer vacation. It wouldn't have made it about summer. He could have been the party could have been a retirement party, could have been a Christmas party, could have been a birthday party, it could have been a wedding anniversary. It was just a party again.
Could have been. But they specifically called it a Christmas party for some reason.
Another question. Did you see any ugly sweaters in this Christmas party? And I'm not talking about 80s ugly sweaters. I'm talking about purposely sweaters.
I cannot say that I did because they were at a professional environment for the party, which when you dress up in a like a suit, or if you're a woman, I guess a nice dress or something, or that's the impression I got from it when I was looking at that. So I can't say anything about the sweaters.
I didn't see any Christmas sweaters. I didn't see
Yeah.
any Santa Claus sweaters, no reindeer sweaters, no nothing. Everybody was dressed, and all the women had business outfits on with the shoulder pads, and all the men had skinny ties. Really, really 80s.
So let's see here. Bruce Willis received a then unheard of $5 million fee, which was approved by the Fox president Rupert Murdoch. I guess that's to be in the movie, I'm assuming.
Hmm.
The scene where Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman meet up was unrehearsed. They did it purposely that way to create a greater feeling of spontaneity between the two actors.
Okay.
Hart Bachner, we didn't bring his name up earlier, but I don't know him from anything else other than this. He's well known in this movie for one line in particular, and it was an ad lib line at that. So when Alan Rickman gave him a quizzical reaction look to it, it was legit. But he's Hans, Booby, I'm your man. Let me help you out.
Was that the annoying lawyer that
Yes.
kind of wanted to sleep with Holly?
That's the one.
Yeah, I didn't like him.
No one liked him, but he did try to save him at the very least. Still, tell him you don't know me. Yeah. He did try. Um, let's see. The scene where McClane falls down a shaft was a mistake by the stuntman who was supposed to grab the first vent as it was originally planned. He slipped and continued to fall, but the shot was used anyway. It was edited together with the one where McClane grabs the next vent down as he falls. Bruce Willis donated his shirt, John McClane's undershirt, to the Smithsonian Museum. You can go to the Smithsonian Museum to see all kinds of art and history, and you happen to walk by, there's a dirty old wife beater shirt on display.
That museum is an hour and 15 minutes from me.
Oh, see, now you got to drive there to get a picture of it now.
Yeah. Have you been up there?
No, I have not.
See what you go downtown DC in the middle of summer. See how that works out for you.
I don't want to go to DC anywhere. Would nobody in DC like me when I was up there? Probably. They're all a bunch of idiots up there.
Wait a minute now. That's
my
hometown.
I'm talking about the people you find in DC. I'm talking about you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, you talking about the people that live in that one house? Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, even the ones in the one house and the ones who are in different parties who have to do things with the house and things around it. Let's just say there's something politically incorrect about that place I don't like.
Yep.
Alan Rickman was, however, nearly passed up for the role of Hans Gruber, which ended up being his first film role. He had only arrived in Hollywood 2 days earlier, it said, and was appalled by the idea of his first role being the villain in an action film.
I'll give you something you didn't know.
What's that?
Did you know the building, Nakatomi Plaza?
Uh-huh.
That's actually 20th Century Studios headquarters.
I've heard that somewhere before, and it's been in other movies as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's been in the background for other movies.
But that was the actual headquarters.
That's
so
cool.
They took him on a tour of the movie, and he was like, we can just use this building.
Yeah. That is cool, though. I've heard it somewhere else before. I can't remember where I heard it at. I've not read that, but it does come to mind hearing that. I knew it was something that was real, not just something that they have, propped it or anything like that, or
save money.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to know this. Of course, this is way before 9/11 and all this big time security we got at airports now. But how did McClane get a gun to LA?
Well, we're talking a different time, different era.
That's what I'm saying. Is way before all this security stuff.
I mean, he's also
you still shouldn't have been able to take a gun on the airport.
And he's also a cop. Maybe if they seen his credentials or something, he had been allowed to carry or something.
Your cop credentials don't grant you federal security clearance to take a gun.
No, but I'm saying I don't know if it's something. I don't know if it has something to do with it or not. I don't know. But then again, it's
maybe it does. I'm not a law enforcement officer.
I mean, me neither. It is a movie though. See something about feet. We were talking about him barefoot earlier. When John McClane runs through glass shards in his bare feet, After Hans has his men shoot up the glass partitions in the computer room, Bruce Willis is wearing a special rubber shoe designed to look like his own bare feet.
That
One
makes
can
sense.
one can see this if looking closely, as his feet appear quite unnaturally large in some of these crucial barefoot scenes.
I wasn't looking that
He's
hard
got
at his
he's
feet.
got hobbit feet.
I
Where,
was
where's Travis at when I need him? He's got hobbit feet.
I'm telling you, I'm not looking at that man's feet. And that's one thing. I can watch this movie 3,000 times. I'm not gonna notice it. And then
Bruce,
again, subconsciously, I probably will. Now that we had this whole conversation about this man's feet, I probably
right?
yeah. I, I hate
Bruce Bruce Willis observed in an interview that many of real police officers he met to help prepare for the role and who served as technical advisors on the film all had very dark, macabre senses of humor, which he tried to factor into his performance. This is ironically, action hero characters are often criticized for joking around in films, even though, as Willis himself noted, telling jokes in such dire situations is not that uncommon. But
well, that statement is true. Cops have a very, very dark sense of humor.
yeah,
I don't know if it's because of the job they do or what, but I've heard some jokes from cops. It's
who knows? Who knows what they're thinking?
but I don't
I don't
know.
want to.
Hopefully people the people who believe this is a Christmas movie have heard this argument, have heard this show, and have gained some clarity, some knowledge, and some understanding as to
From
why
my
this
version or your version?
from my version. I hopefully
Oh,
I don't know what I'm just speaking for the words that came out of my mouth.
Okay.
I hope they got some clarity as to why this is not a Christmas movie. If
All
you
right.
don't,
Well,
I can
I
repeat.
hope I hope that they have clarity, and I hope that they email us and let us know which version of clarity they have.
And
Because I would inquiring minds now want to know.
if you have an argument against my list of reasons as to why this is not a Christmas movie, please put my name in the subject when you email the show and say, Ray, you don't know what you're talking about. And I will respond as to why you are wrong. But that's okay. It's okay.
If
I
you were watching this video right now, you could see under his name it says, "I always agree with me." So naturally, he thinks he's not wrong about anything.
if please answer these questions. Was this movie about Christmas? Where was the Christmas theme?
Party.
That's not a Christmas. That's a party. They weren't even. What if that was a Christmas party? That was the worst Christmas party I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know. I mean, as far as the Christmas theme, I think some of those things I read off earlier address the Christmas theme issue, but a lot of the things I read also do not really support it 100% either. So that list of reasons people had for it being a Christmas movie was kind of weak in some areas and kind of strong in others.
The stuff you said to address the Christmas theme issue was them, like you said, a lazy attempt to justify their thought. Like that was not that's not real. I mean, hey, if you believe it, if you want to, I'm not here. At the end of the day, like as Chris said, me and him, we both, if we don't care either way, if you
It's just a
choose,
great action flick for us.
it's a great action flick.
Yippee ki
But
Mr. KS.
if you want to know my opinion, I will tell you this is not a Christmas movie. Yeah. But I can go down a list and tell you all other movies that aren't Christmas movies that people think is Christmas movies. But
I tell you what, before you cause a ruckus, let's not do that. And let's just have you reiterate to us again one more time about your podcast.
yes, it's the Front Row Wrestling Podcast. Just like I give people clarity on movies that they think are themed for one thing and they're not, I will also give you clarity on why certain things are what they are and why people say and people's opinions on the wrestling business and on wrestling shows. Front Row Wrestling Podcast, like I said, we're on Facebook. Find us on Facebook. If you go there, you see some old shows on StreamYard allowed us to live stream on Facebook. But right now, like I said, we're on YouTube, Front Row Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on TikTok. We're soon coming to Instagram. Still got to work out some stuff, but we will soon be on Instagram, so look out for that. We also not only just review shows, talk about news and topics of the wrestling day, but we're going to start doing some reviews of indie matches, some older shows going back, way back when wrestling was really, really good. Look at some of those shows, and we're also in the process of doing something called What If. So I'll get with you about that when I get it all hammered out and ready to do that. But what if Undertaker went to WCW?
He was in WCW. What you should be what it should say is what if he never left WCW?
No, I mean what if Undertaker, not Mark Calloway? What if Undertaker's character went to WCW?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
What if Hogan never left? Just what the things that kind of shifted history. What if those things didn't happen?
Yeah.
So we're gonna start doing some stuff like that. Like I said, it's not a new podcast. We've been doing it for a while, but we just trying to evolve. That's all. So.
And it's very good. So definitely get a chance if you love wrestling, definitely give him a watch.
And Chris is there sometimes too, and he gives his his thoughts and opinions, and just like today, I'll tell him why he's wrong. It's okay. He's okay with that.
It's his show. He can be right all he wants to, but I'm gonna cut a lot of his stuff out tonight. He did here. He still knows yet.
Dang. Story of my life.
I know. Well, hey, look, you can catch this podcast. We are on Instagram already. So Instagram and Facebook are our two biggest areas that we're in. I don't do the TikTok because I'm not real big on it. I don't understand it very well, as I've said before.
The show is on Saturday nights, 8:00.
Oh, Saturday. So you get an official start. So it's every Saturday at 8:00 now.
It's Saturday, 8:00. Yeah.
Okay, because you flip flop for a while. Sometimes you be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
I'm trying to be.
Or was it just extra shows you were doing?
I'm trying to be flexible with my co-host because I do. 1 week you might catch me with Chris here, and next week you catch me with Huck, and these guys they're so they're so world renowned travelers. They do all. Chris does the podcast. Huck does the whatever it is Huck does. So y'all are so in demand and busy, and so it's kind of hard to pin y'all down. Sometimes.
Huck don't do nothing. He sits there and plays on Facebook. Come on.
You said that, I didn't.
He don't watch my podcast. He ain't gonna hear it.
You never know. You never know. You just told me. You just told me when we before we went live, your video got attached to something else. So you never know who's saying these things.
That's great. Huck's all right. I'm just picking. It's all right.
Yeah,
but
he's all right.
But anyway, I would like to do some live stuff myself here soon one day. But as it is right now, we are every Thursday release, and as I said, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and I've just started recently uploading our library up to YouTube. So you'll see a lot of recordings coming up to YouTube from past episodes. That if you want to watch the video of it, a lot of them are actual videos, like this one will be when it goes up. But some of them I've lost the videos to, unfortunately, and I've just got picture backgrounds with the audio going over it. So if you prefer to listen to podcasts on YouTube, you can still listen to it like that, but just you're not seeing our faces or anything at that point. So if you're interested in watching that, you can see it there. You can also see video on our website now at retrolife4u.com, where you can stream the audio through the browser. You can click on the show notes, and the show notes will show you the actual video once I link it from the YouTube page to there, and you can watch it at either place. So a little fun fact for that. So Ray or Mr. KS, I almost won a whole show without saying it, didn't I? Mr. KS, thanks for being on the show today with us, man. We definitely appreciate you coming on here and being incorrect about the Christmas story. We're glad you came on and had some fun with us and participated. And I do hope to have you on here again one day soon. Maybe when we recast Die Hard, if you want to do that, come back on and we'll do that.
Put the bat signal in the air.
We will have and what we do is we recast it with current people, like we're redoing it today. We don't do people from the time frame it came out or anything. So if it was being re-released or remade today, or if they made the movie today, who would you put in these roles, right? So that's what we would do.
And trust me, I would not put Rock. I don't care.
Rock is not John McClane.
No.
That's
No.
good. That's good. Okay, then. Well, once again, thanks a lot. Everybody, will see you on next week's episode. Thanks for listening to us this week. Everybody have a great night. We are out.
Peace.